Our culture is very focused on how money and success look on the outside. Our news feeds are full of the newest products endorsed by celebrities that will make our lives better. Even if we're living paycheck to paycheck, credit card companies are happy to raise our limits so we can buy things that make us look rich. People with big paychecks and small paychecks alike fall into this trap. Acting rich may get you a little praise and a title in society, but what good is that if you don't have any money saved for your future? So in this video, I'm going to tell you why trying to look rich is keeping you poor. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and that little notification bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of our video updates. Plus, it helps us spread the Thrive Wise love to help more people thrive wisely. Now, let's begin. Number 1. Taking out huge loans. Most people take out big loans from banks just to keep up with their high status. But did you know that this is how you get into bad financial shape? You want to look rich, but each time you try, you end up with less money. The fact that the opposite is happening is funny. When you try to get rich, you are actually making it harder for yourself to get money in the future. When talking about this, the word ironic can't be used enough. The good news is that every problem can be solved. If you don't want to have this problem, the easiest way to avoid it is to not pay for things you can't afford. If you remember Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he talked about your financial and income statement. He said that typical income statements have two parts. These are what you own and what you owe. Your assets are things that make you money, while your liabilities are things that cost you money. He said that we should always put more of our money in the assets column and buy things that bring in money. He also said that we should also try to cut down on our liabilities as much as possible. In this case, it's a big mistake to try to look rich. As you probably already know, it's not worth it to borrow money or get into debt. Still, using your credit card and paying it back is a very good thing to do. This is because your credit score will go up the more you borrow and pay back on time. This will also make things like getting a mortgage to buy a house easier and cheaper in the future. So if you want to borrow money, make sure you can pay it back. Oh, and quick advice, don't borrow money just to buy some Gucci. Number 2. Spending too much. I don't know about you, but I find it very hard to act like someone I'm not. And most of the time, it's because I'm trying to impress people who couldn't care less. It's basically a hard pill to swallow, but yes, it's the truth. I get that nobody wants to look like the poor guy when they're around rich people, but that's a surefire way to end up in a financial mess. The good news is that it's easy to take steps to stop yourself from spending too much. At first, this can be done in steps that are easy to handle. Small, gradual changes that are easy to control are more likely to last over time. Setting clear goals and making a plan with a budget and emergency fund may be more helpful than just relying on willpower alone. You should also stay away from your rich friends, especially if you know they are only getting together for events where you have to spend money. The smart thing to do is to stick to your budget, live within your means, and stop being friends with people who make you act like someone you're not. Number 3. You won't be investing as much, if at all. Everyone knows that wealthy people have more than one way to make money, and that investing is one of those ways. People talk a lot about the power of compound interest, and many regular people are told to start using it as soon as they can. But here's the thing. Putting money aside for investment seems like a pipe dream if you're deep in debt and trying to pay off loan after loan. If you really want to look rich, you should copy their habits and values instead of what they wear. In fact, I can promise that truly wealthy people care less about logos and more about their futures. They always put money into both retirement accounts and other accounts. They know that money is hard to get, so they keep track of their income and spending to get the most out of it. So take a lesson from our rich friends and stop being so crazy about logos. If you want to be seen as a real rich person, think about how you can build your investment portfolio. Number 4. You tend to be a show-off by constantly wanting to help people out financially. Rich people know how important money is because they've worked hard for it. When it's time to give it away, they are hesitant and only do so after a lot of careful thought. Helping family or friends is a good thing to do, but don't give and give just to look rich at the expense of your own financial security. This doesn't mean you should stop giving altogether though. In fact, if you have more money than you need, it's a good thing to help those who don't have enough. Here's how you should find out what they plan to do with it. Don't give your hard-earned money to someone who won't know how much it means to you. Also, make sure they'll give it back. Don't be a spineless coward, unless you really don't care if it comes back to you or not. In that case, you should still make sure that the money is used for the right things. So yes, overall, don't give away your money just to make a good impression. And we're halfway done through the video. So I would like you to do something for me. Pause this video right now and do me a huge favor by hitting the subscribe if you are new to the channel. We would also appreciate it if you could leave a small comment about how this video speaks to you so far. Also, please hit that small like button if you see this video as interesting. And going back. Number 5. You settle with what you currently have. If you look at the rich guys who got there by working hard, you'll see that they're used to it. If you want to be as successful as they are, you have to get out of your comfort zone and start building your own wealth. When you leave your comfort zone, you might have to take a job you don't feel qualified for, learn a new skill, or ask for help from other people. You might even lose sleep because you have to run from job number 3 to job number 4. Don't just settle for what you currently have. Learn to work in a constant state of uncertainty and you'll be able to keep your money in the bank. Number 6. You easily give in to your wants. We all like treats, especially when we've worked hard for them. But if we're being honest, how often have you been too nice to yourself even though you knew there was no reason to? I know I'm guilty because I've done that many times to myself. It starts with one overpriced iced coffee from the local cafe, and things only get worse from there. But do you know what really wealthy people do? Those who don't care about how they look. Every once in a while, they buy themselves a nice luxury handbag or a soft cashmere sweater. And when they do, they think of it as an investment, not a waste. Because it's something they'll keep forever, probably give to their kids, or even resell it. Another thing they do is that they have a very different idea of what it means to treat yourself. They take care of their bodies and minds in the right way. This means going to the gym every day and making sure that every meal you eat at home is hearty, fresh, and healthy. They spend money on books and classes that will make them smarter and help them improve all parts of their lives. I think we can all learn something from these wealthy people instead of the ones who are obsessed with how they look. So just like the wealthy do, give yourself a good and healthy life. Number 7. Putting your attention on the present and not making plans for the future. Here's the last one. Don't be like that person who is always following the latest trends. The person who throws away their old smartphone every time a new one comes out, even though they don't need it. Don't worry about the past. Pay attention to your assets and your health. In addition to not spending money without thinking, make sure you have enough in your retirement and savings accounts and that you've invested a big part of your income. When it's time to spend money, you should really ask yourself, do I really need this or am I just spending money to fill a void? Rule number 1 in the book How to Be Rich is to plan for the future. Ignoring this is the worst thing you can do financially. So don't get caught in the trap of trying to look rich while spending all of your money. If you feel like you need to change who you are to fit in, it's time to be honest with yourself about what you want to change. Don't worry so much about how other people see you. Trust me when I say that you're fine as long as you look nice and dress well. Pay attention to what really matters. Take your time to build wealth slowly by saving, investing, and then saving and investing again. Think about what you want to buy before you do it. And don't give in to impulses just to make people who don't know what they're talking about happy. Well, that's basically 7 solid reasons why trying to look rich keeps you poor. And thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this, then you will probably learn a lot more from watching this other video. How a housing market crash will affect you. If you click on the screen right now, you can go and watch that. Do you want to learn more about how to thrive wisely? What videos would you want to watch next? Feel free to comment down below. And please don't forget to click the subscribe button to see more videos on how to thrive wisely. Till next time.